Unions build roads, bridges, and buildings, yes. But with training and apprenticeship programs, unions build much more. A safer community, careers without crushing debt, and a route to rebuild the American middle class. Unions build the future. And we're just getting started. Join us.
Today on Built to Last, making the most of a second chance.
First group in for a 2-week pre-apprentice program.
Finding career paths.
It opened my eyes to the trades.
And giving back to an injured veteran. Pick up a hammer. It's time for Built to Last.
Built to Last is brought to you by the Chicago Regional Council of Carpenters Labor and Management Committee and Armstrong Ceilings. Faster, easier, better.
Welcome to Built to Last. I'm Monica Pedersen.
And I'm Mark Nilsson. We're here at the Chicago Regional Council of Carpenters Apprenticeship and Training Center. It's here that many fine men and women start their own careers as skilled union carpenters.
For some, choosing a career over another kind of life isn't always easy.
In our first story, we learn about an organization which is convincing hardened gang members to put down their guns.
We started in September 2016, a horrifically violent year. Chicago's the third largest city in the country, more homicides than New York and LA combined. 80% of the violence is concentrated in 15 neighborhoods. 75 to 80% of the young men shooting and being shot are 17 to 24-year-old African-American men. Our theory is pretty simple, that if you want to stop shooting, you have to work with the guys who are most likely to shoot and be shot.
Chicago Grid came in the community to help these young men.
How can we partner with them to be a part of the solution about gun violence? I mean, we see it every night on the 10 o'clock news.
If a person grew up and that's all they ever saw was the gang lifestyle and selling drugs, that's all they know. We are showing them that there is a different way to earn money.
You can't just tell them to put down the guns. You got to give them something positive, something productive to do.
The Chicago Cred is the first time that we had a pre-apprenticeship along with a full buy-in with our contractors to hire the students immediately.
Coming up in the south side of Chicago is hard.
You know, I grew up on the south side, so it's kind of, you know, a lot of gang activity and things like that.
My mother passed when I was 10 years old. Father was into drugs and stuff like that, so the streets were the only people I had as a family.
We grew up with each other, you know, basically hustling.
6 brothers and sisters, so it's like I was mainly taking the father role because my father was never around. Sports kept me in school, but I just wanted to have better, so that's what took me into the street life, and that's how I got caught up selling drugs.
Having to run because they're shooting.
I ended up getting shot one time, and I thought I wasn't gonna make it. It's the most craziest time in your life, because I used to go through it every day, but now it's like I know how to move around to not make me feel the way I used to feel.
You feel like there's no way out. You're stuck between those 6 blocks, and you don't see nothing else beyond that.
It's not just about a job, it's about a career. But for me, it's way bigger than a career. This is about changing someone's life. It's literally changing the trajectory of their life.
They have vetted these students, and as I see it, they've done a real good job with it.
Life coaches, help with substance abuse, help with trauma care. I've had dozens of guys get their high school diplomas and then spin them off from the street economy into the legal economy.
Basically, Chicago Cred is creating real economic destiny. So our instructors are explaining to them what the industry is and preparing them for an apprenticeship in our industry. And it's being held here at our school, District Council 14 Training School in Berkeley, Illinois.
I'm going to dip my brush and I'm going to...
We have our first group in for a 2-week pre-apprentice program. And my board of directors were so behind this that I had commitments from 5 or 6 companies that they said the successful guys that complete the pre-apprentice program, we'll hire them.
3 out of the 6 are now employed. 2 out of the 3 have already started school, and so it's already moving along the whole program quite well.
That's why we have a drop cloth.
Starting them out as first-year apprentices, getting them into the apprentice program, and then working them on the jobs. And our apprentice program is 1 day a week in school, 4 days a week on the job.
We're anticipating within the next month for the other 3 Chicago Cred students to be accepted as apprentices with the contractors, and they will also be earning a living at that time.
When we're cutting, we need to get the paint up there first.
We stressed in the very beginning what the pitfalls that we've seen over the years. Some of these inner city youths have never traveled out of the little square mile that they live in, and now we're expecting them to drive to Schaumburg, which they've never been on a tollway system, and walk into a job site being the only one, and they've never had that experience. It has to feel awkward.
This is called cutting in.
The question is how can we get them help to get to the job sites, to pay that initiation fee.
Grab either a window or a door.
Transformation is hard. It's because it can't be a hope in the unseen. It's got to be a hope in something real and something tangible. That's what's forcing the change in behavior.
The paint up there first. There you go.
We've all experienced the benefits of being in the building trade and the great career that it can provide, and so we want to provide a way for them access to what we've been blessed with.
This is about rebuilding lives, rebuilding communities, making Chicago safer, and to have the Painters Union step up for us is a huge deal.
This is a trailblazing group right now. Hopefully there'll be groups behind them, and maybe other trades will want to be involved as well. And so I'm hoping that this is a good start for the building industry here in Chicago.
They're not the problem, they're actually the solution. We have to walk with them, learn with them, and support them, and they are going to lead. Our young men are going to lead Chicago to a better place.
At Armstrong Ceiling and Wall Solutions, we take great pride in making a positive difference in the lives of people. With the broadest portfolio in the industry and the technical performance to back it up, you can design and install with confidence. Our ceiling construction expertise, training, and pre-engineered ceiling solutions make it easy for you to seamlessly transition from one end of the building to the other. Improve construction efficiencies and keep every job on time, on budget, and on the mark with Armstrong Ceiling and Wall Solutions. Faster, easier, better.
When you need a concrete contractor for your commercial project, you can't waste time wading through countless unproven contractors who don't specialize in the job type you need or service your area. ConcreteIL.com lets you browse Northern Illinois' top contractors to find the perfect fit for your exact needs. You can filter our vetted list of contractors by both job type and location, and even request proposals directly through the site. Thinking commercial concrete? Think ConcreteIL.com.
From bridges and trains to iconic high-rises, have you ever wondered who's powering Chicago? Unlike our sports heroes, they go unnoticed. Yet they proudly keep our businesses, homes, and great city running. IBEW Local 134 electricians and the electrical contractors have the experience, training, and reliability to keep Chicago open for business.
Chicago Cred actively recruits gang members, preparing them for a career that just may save their lives.
Just had an amazing conversation with a set of our guys, one of whom is in the training program now. His younger brother was killed, and he's experienced the violence, the war that his group's been into with another group. I asked him over the past 10 years how many people had been lost. He just shook his head. He said, "Arnie, I don't know, maybe 40. I said, "What are you fighting about?" He said, you want to know the crazy thing? We don't even know what we're fighting about. Don't even know. That has to stop.
At first, there was no hope, and I was on the verge of ready to give up and going back to the streets. So one of my old mentors introduced me into Craig Nash. Everything fell right into place thanks to Craig.
There have been amazing programs around Chicago before of people that interrupted violence and did different things to try to stem and reduce violence in Chicago, but they didn't have a lot to offer guys. You ask guys to put down the guns, what are they gonna pick up?
I'll show you how to take care of that.
So if we're going to provide a program that's going to be a pre-apprenticeship, We wanted to guarantee that at the end, there is an opportunity for these youths to come into the painting program.
A lot of programs that start nowadays start with, we're going to train you how to get a job. We're going to do this for you. We're going to do that for you. But they don't guarantee them work. So this is really a step up, because once they go through the program, they will have employment. This isn't just a job. This is a career.
I can't overstate what a big deal that is for our men, and what I want the unions and others to understand of what a big deal this is for our city.
We make our living in Chicago. We want to be a part of the community. We want to be a part of solving some of the issues that we see in our community.
We'll make a difference in these 6 people's lives and their families' lives, but if we could all get on board, just think of how many people we could affect and how many neighborhoods we could affect, and how can we affect our union.
Our business manager and our contractors seem very receptive to listening to what the needs of the community are. So we're really in tune to that, and we're making sure that we reach out and provide real opportunity to people in the areas that they live. The union should be part of their community.
Craig kind of taught me how to save money, and okay, well, now you have to budget this for these bills and stuff like that. So they're not just giving you a job, they're teaching you a whole nother lifestyle.
It basically escape the radius that I'm used to. You know, you get out, see different things, do different things.
I love the people in this environment. I love their attitude, you know, their enthusiasm. I love it all, so I'm willing to try and do what I need to do to be successful.
I can't overstate how important it is that we have good paying jobs, good union jobs. You talked about a pension, you talked about a chance to continue to grow.
Unions in general, I don't care who you are, if you're a member, you make the same as everybody else. According to the Department of Labor statistics, we have 3 times as many minorities hires in our union, and we also have 4 times as many female hirings as the outside world, non-union segment. Now we may have to help boost that to get more minorities in.
And so this is just another extension of getting more diversity in our union.
Because we do believe that the same opportunities that we had, we want everybody to have that opportunity.
We just have amazing guys, and our guys are good with their hands, and whether it's, you know, carpentry or plumbing or HVAC or electrical or, you know, paint, whatever it might be, a lot of our guys have grown up doing these kinds of things. They're not the problem, they're actually the solution. We have to walk with them, learn with them, continue to support them, and they are going to lead. Our young men are going to lead Chicago to a better place.
I want to be able to come back and talk to kids that going to get in the program, that I have been successful, that I've been a part of the streets, and that I'm here now, and I'm being able to talk to them and tell them that this is a better future for y'all. And I was the same people. I want to be, like they were talking to us, I want to be the same way for the kids that's coming in for the next program.
They're helping me get a stable career, so that way I can start living my life the way I want to earn it.
Without Craig, I actually think like I still be on the streets. I either be dead or in prison. Like Craig really was a turning point in my life and helped me a lot.
They give us hope.
I hope to get to learn more and more about the trade every day as I'm being here. I hope to learn more.
Craig actually gave me another light, and it's chances, and people do care out there.
Studies show that when at-risk men follow career pathways to skilled trades, crime can be reduced by up to 50%, and their wages can go up by 300% or more.
It's strange at times, you come home dirty, you're beat up, sweaty, and you have to take a quick shower and then run down to campus.
Keeping restaurants and hotels up to date with the latest design trends is a constant challenge. Finding qualified contractors isn't at finishingchicago.com. We work with top designers and general contractors who use the latest painting, drywall finishing, and wall covering techniques in Chicagoland's premier hotels and restaurants. The hospitality industry relies on finishingchicago.com as its free resource to find quality finishing contractors. For a great finish, start with finishingchicago.com.
24/7, IBEW Local 9 linemen are there protecting you and your family. From the moment you wake up with a power in your home, on your way to work, lighting the way and easing congestion, Plus, keeping you safe with traffic lights and cameras. So the next time you're at a stoplight, pass under a power line, or just pull into your brightly lit neighborhood, think of your friends at IBEW Local 9. We'll continue to light the way for you. Meet us online at IBEW9.org.
Life is all about choices, and sometimes you have to make the choice that's right for you. This is especially true when it comes to choosing a career.
I was at Southern Illinois University for a little bit and didn't work out, so I was looking for something to do. I found my line of work. I enjoy being a journeyman electrician, but now that I have been doing this for about 11 years, I realize that joining education once again is going to help further my career.
About 20 years ago, through our association with Daly College, we wanted to offer the credit for Daly College plus the apprenticeship and transform it into a vehicle for higher education.
A partnership between Local 134 and the Illinois Institute of Technology helps journeyman electricians earn a degree.
If someone wants to invest in their education and they're part of our industry, we will invest with them too.
Within the Industrial Technology and Management program, students get a 50% scholarship from the university. And then the IBEW tuition reimbursement program stacks on top of that another $1,500 per course.
Not having to worry as much about financial, difficulties, it took a big burden off of my plate.
For the member, they usually pay about $700 per course out of pocket once everything is reimbursed.
With fees, the total out of pocket comes to about $900.
And that enables me to go and other people to go, otherwise it would probably be too costly for a lot of people, including myself.
The Electrical Contractors Association, Local 134, have agreed on an amount of money that's paid into the fund that supports the scholarship program. The Electrical Contractors Association hire architects, they hire engineers, they hire chain management people, they hire project managers, estimators. Most of those people come right through our industry.
So going full-time, I completed the program in roughly 3.5 years. I completed the bachelor's program and the co-terminal master's program.
I've been enrolled here for 1.5 years, and it's going to take about 4 more years to complete it.
Big deal when they're taking parts from different places?
I am working full-time, 40 hours a week, sometimes more, and then I'm going to school at nighttime. It's strange at times, you come home dirty, you're beat up, sweaty, and you have to take a quick shower and then run down to campus and put a backpack on. It's almost like living 2 different lives.
In my current position, I oversee all the trades at Cook County Department of Corrections. There, I typically deal with all the foremen of 15 skilled trade groups. Where I came from as an electrician and having that boots on the ground mentality has actually worked in my favor when dealing with the foremen of these various trades. I believe the respect factor is greater for me than somebody who hadn't come from the trades. Learned everything from project management techniques to general management. I specialize in sustainability, so a lot of energy modeling. Being on teams to reduce energy at Cook County.
I will have a bachelor's degree in industrial technology and management. The goal in a lot of this degree is to go into project management or estimating.
Column, groundwork, so what's the question you're looking for?
I'm very, very thankful that I'm able to do it. I'm mature enough to get through classes, and I actually enjoy it.
Look, there's symbols.
It's always good to continue your education. You just make yourself more valuable.
Well, where's it finished?
Each semester, you identify the classes that you're going to take, and then Pam Hauser helps you out.
I would suggest anybody that's interested just to give her a phone call and let her do her thing, and she will show you the way.
One of the main objectives of IBEW 134, supporting their members as they do, they're looking ahead to the future of the industry.
The biggest thing is that I've showed my children you can achieve anything if you set goals and work hard.
So we offer many, many opportunities to people, and they can go anywhere in this business. It's a great place to start your career, it's a great place to expand your career, and it's a great place to end your career.
It still doesn't feel completely real yet, just because
It's such an amazing gift.
When you have plumbing issues in your home, it can disrupt your whole routine. At Plumbers 911, we connect you with a highly experienced plumber in 5 minutes or less. We call it our 5-minute promise. All of our expert plumbers are highly trained, background checked, licensed, and insured, so you can feel confident that your job will be done right the first time. Our phones are open 24/7 to help solve your problem, day or night, at 1-833-PLUM-911. Plumbers 911, your plumbing connection.
We are DeWalt. We're the ones who grind it out. The ones using materials from all over the world to build the things that build America, right here in America. And there's no place we'd rather be. Land of the free, tools of the brave.
This is a team. It's made up of different players, positions, skills, talented, sure, but on their own? Because every team needs a coach, someone who makes things work together. That's how Lesset works. We're coaches in the construction industry, bringing together laborers and management, unions and contractor associations. Our work leads to safer, stronger construction, which is a win for us all.
Rob North is a journeyman carpenter and a Marine Corps veteran.
And we are happy to have him back with our next story.
Thanks, guys. We've been following the story of my fellow Marine Corps vet, Kyle Moser, who suffered a devastating injury in combat. Now, with the help of a charity and a troop of skilled union tradesmen, Kyle is ready to start the next chapter of his life.
Hi, everybody.
My dream in life was to serve my country. I knew that's what I wanted to do, and when I was blown up on my first deployment and taken away from me, what I wanted to do, I had to find a new purpose in life.
I was out on a patrol and noticed a freshly dug up pile of dirt, really. And I said to my team leader, I'm not feeling good about this. And so he had said, turn around and we'll walk around the area you're suspicious about. As soon as I turned around, like the very first step, I stepped on what was a pressure plate. And mid-air, I remember thinking, oh, I'm being blown up right now, okay. And I just remember closing my eyes and really just letting go. And I don't know why I thought it, but I just remember thinking that she's not gonna love me anymore.
And Alex stayed at his side through a long, difficult recovery.
There was just a lot of surgeries, a lot of infections, and we ended up being at Walter Reed for about 3.5 years.
When I walk, it's literally on the tips of my femurs. It's very, very painful, and so unfortunately prosthetics didn't really work out for me.
Coming out of Walter Reed, not on prosthetics, was a mental thing I had to work through, and through people like you guys and the Jared Allen Foundation, I was able to continue with life and move on. I wanted to thank Operation Warrior Wishes, Craig and Matt Steichen. They were the ones that introduced me to the Jared Allen Foundation.
I went on a USO trip over to Iraq and Kuwait, and when I came home, I just knew I had to do something to serve those who serve us.
The Carpenters Union has been such a blessing for us because it's allowed us to give us an infrastructure to work nationally.
Jared Allen's Homes for Wounded Warriors, along with union carpenters, built Kyle and Alex a new ADA accessible home.
Let's get started. We initially started just the planning process and to sit down with them with a blank slate and say, what are you looking for? What's your ideal dream home and what's going to make things easier for you to live in? It was a wetlands, so we had to incorporate protection of the areas.
It's an honor and a privilege to be part of something like this. I've been involved in many projects in the past, nothing of this scale. The Carpenter Training Center has donated our time for a week to do the exterior siding and cladding and trim. Having 12, 15 guys all of a sudden storming this place and knocking it together is fantastic.
So our role in this project today was to help support and donate some of the material being installed at Versetta Stone, and we're out here today to help the apprentice program.
And our apprentices love coming out to these job sites because it's much closer to the real thing.
Having a union install your materials on a job site ensures that you have a trained crew, one that has safety front of mind.
That's the power of having the Carpenters Union behind us.
Today, Kyle and Alex are ready to cut the ribbon on their beautiful new home.
To have them walk in the door and see it for the first time was just, and the tears in their eyes was just, it was really, it made this project worthwhile to me personally, and all the man hours and the dedication and the weekends and after work that people came out here on their own without even being called and making a commitment to get this house done. So it was fantastic.
He likes to cook, so we wanted to make sure that everything kind of in the planning of the kitchen would work out for him, from access to the cabinets, the appliances.
So as soon as we open the doors, it's just an amazing, just state-of-the-art home, super modern. The cabinets up there, each one of them has a pull-out rack, and it retracts by itself.
Yeah, sorry buddy, you're putting dishes away.
It's really accessible around my needs and my disability, and the pantry, you can have a little chess match in there, it's crazy.
Everything's at one level, zero thresholds, to specifications for ADA and the Veterans Association, and the finished product is just outstanding.
It still doesn't feel completely real yet, just because it's such an amazing gift.
The house is coming a month before we're getting our first child.
We're most looking forward to just embracing our family in this new home, and I have 3 more classes left of my bachelor's degree, so I'm really close to finishing up school. But right now the main focus is definitely the baby, I would say.
It's what our country's about, right? You know, adapt and overcome. And we just want to make it as easy as possible for them to do that.
That's all for this episode of Built to Last.
Be sure to check us out on social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Hey guys, what did the carpenter say when asked if his sandpaper was rough enough?
I don't know.
Of course it is.
Of course.